Because first he tries like giving her like weed fucking edibles, and she's like, I don't do weed.
Yeah, in the middle of the workday in the office.
Hey everybody, welcome to Movie Toast News and Reviews. This is a news episode. Nope, psych, I'm just kidding with you guys. This is a reviews episode. News is over on Twitch these days. Just trying to promote that. Dennis, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing good. I'm just wondering if anybody actually believes the lie that I did that on purpose. I don't know.
I'll go with it. I believe you.
Okay.
Until
right,
then.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's good that I fooled you at least. So as I just mentioned, every week we're doing a live news show over on Twitch. So please sign up on Twitch. Check us out. I think it's Movie Toast News and Reviews. But
Movie Toast News and Reviews. Okay.
But if you do twitch.tv/movie_toast, you'll find us. Yeah, and we just have a live video opposed to just audio, trying some kooky new stuff.
Yeah, and it's fun. It's fun to just kind of hang out and come chat with us, throw a story our way, or let us know what you think of what we're talking about. It's kind of just a fun, quick little news segment that we're doing live now.
Yeah, and we want to talk to you guys. Like each show, we've had one actual live viewer, and we're like, let's get 2 live viewers. Maybe we're promoted enough.
Oh, you ready for that, man? I don't know. That sounds like a lot. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
that's intense.
I don't want to overdo it on anybody here. So yeah, pretty much. And also, we're gonna export that over to YouTube, hopefully, if everything works as planned.
Yep. So if you miss it, you should still be able to catch it. So no worries, no pressure. Please.
Yes, we need these views. If not, why are we doing it? For our own sake? Why not? Gives us something to do, I guess. Back to this episode. It's a reviews episode, and I'm Adam. Dennis is here with me. We're going to fill you up with some hot movie reviews this week, everybody. Dennis, how you feeling about movies this week?
Oh, pretty good. Had some fun ones to watch. Some mixed feelings. As you'll see about some, but one very fun experience. So I'm excited to share my thoughts to you.
So would you like to go first and maybe
absolutely.
give us the stinker or the good one? Just kind of give us a fool. Maybe I can't guess. I don't know.
I might have dropped my hint a little too heavy to Adam earlier. So yes, I will start us off with a stinker.
Hey, I mean, I could have played it off as if I didn't know, man.
I watched a movie that sounded eerily similar to the world we are living in right now, only released in 2019. I believe it just hit Netflix though, so it's newish. It's still fairly new for a lot of folks. It tells the story of a couple living in a world where a disease has broken out that has killed off 95% of females on the planet. Like most women have been killed by whatever this disease is. And it's several months after the disease has kind of taken hold of the world. We see a few moments from before, like as soon as the shit is going down, a little bit of their backstory of like how they met and all that kind of stuff. And we see them present day, quote unquote, where you're getting to this kind of strange point. Like they do this kind of time jump thing where you're going back and forth. Anyways, that aside, the plot to me is what drew me in. That sounded interesting. I like this I like apocalyptic stories. I like post-apocalyptic stories. This very much looked like that. I thought I was kind of getting like a road vibe from it. Not what I wanted it to be. It wasn't what I was hoping for, though. Got to be honest. It was a whole lot of a romance movie. It was this story of this couple, which I'm not against that. I was just fine with that. But it then spent what I felt like a disproportionate amount of time trying to give you a bunch of the world with very loose rules, and they like try to show you all these factual we're gonna sit down in a restaurant and we're gonna order breakfast, and the waiter says, we've got everything but eggs, of course, but they got a big plate of bacon and they have pancakes and these other things. I'm like, so you wanted to give me this whole we don't have eggs because they can't procreate, they're trying to give us this like little factual thing.
So even animals can't procreate?
It's what it sounds like. I think that's what that's the picture they're painting. Okay. But then it's like, you can't make half the things that are on the plate without eggs. And then, so wait, you have bacon, so you still have pigs that are procreated? Yeah, I don't know. They're fast and loose with some of the rules. And I'm like, okay, I think I could forgive that if we didn't then spend so much time in all of this world. We didn't spend enough time trying to actually really fill out the rules of this world they exist in. And then we didn't spend enough time, for me personally, to give a damn about the relationship. I felt like there was almost no chemistry there. So starring in the film, Frida Pinto and Leslie Odom Jr. Leslie Odom Jr., having just watched him in Hamilton, did a fantastic job. Frida Pinto, I thought she was fine in the movie, but there was like nothing remarkable. I don't know. I just didn't feel any sort of way about the relationship.
If they focused more on the relationship opposed to more on trying to set the backstory, or if they weren't flipping back and forth between timelines, what would make the movie a little more appealing to you?
The time jump didn't really bother me so much. There was just a couple times I think I just got a little confused about when we were for a moment, but then something would jump out, something would point you in that direction. It's like if they would have, I think if more time was spent on their relationship, then just let me live in that world. And then we have this horrible disease, this plague as the backdrop for putting their relationship up front. I think I would have enjoyed that experience more. Or the reverse. Their relationship is just a small part of their bigger journey, which again is stupid. Oh my God. There's some stupid decisions were made by these characters that all you do is see them try to do things for each other because they love each other. Yeah. And then they undo them. Movie just frustrated me. I was into it for one reason, and I feel like they weren't sure which kind of movie to make as I was watching it.
It's kind of a letdown.
Yeah, it was a letdown for me. I could see some people being interested in it. For me, no. If you're looking at it for the same reason I was looking at it, I don't know if you're going to enjoy this. I'm going to have to say, this one I'm definitely giving a red light. It's don't hand them out too often, but by the time it was over, I was just kind of meh. All right.
Now, how long is the movie?
Yeah, it is an hour and 40 minutes, and then again, I had found it on. Yeah. Had found it on Netflix. The director here, I wasn't totally familiar with the name, Takashi Dosher.
Drawing blanks on my end.
Yeah, looks like the only thing I'm seeing off the top seem like they're a little smaller. Can enjoy a good independent movie. This one, I don't know. This one just didn't really do it for me.
Yeah, fair enough. It happens every now and again.
Yeah,
at least you saw it through. It doesn't sound like you started it and said, "Fuck this, I'm walking away."
Oh, totally. And you know what? It's one of those. It definitely had some moments that I appreciated. Like we are months after the plague has taken hold, and the boyfriend or the fiance. I don't even fucking remember.
That's a good sign if you don't know what
it was
they're
so back and forth, and they kind of break up, but then they don't because one of them escaped. So there's the scene where they're out at like a grocery store, and she has to dress herself like a man in order to hide her identity. Otherwise, the government comes and takes you away. In fact, there is in this world there is a bounty for women. You get paid $1 million if you turn human women into the government, but they don't have to be alive. So there's legit bands of bounty hunters and like women hunters in the literal sense of the word.
Very fucked up.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. There was moments that were intense. I like the tension we had with these characters, with the hunters, and then like the tension if they went and tried to sit down in a diner to eat breakfast, and they start getting really paranoid because they think everyone knows she's a woman, and I don't know, but it doesn't save the movie for me. We spend all this time kind of jumping around, and yeah,
it's
sorry only. Movie Coaster Dennis was not buttered up by your goodness.
Dang diggy dang, that stinks, man. Wow. Any tidbits or anything that you care to mention?
Nah.
Okay.
I could dig something up for us to toss in there.
No, I don't want to force it on there. Just if there was something cool, but
red light only.
Cool. So I'm going to jump in here. I have a movie that came out last Wednesday on a brand new streaming platform called Peacock. That's NBC Universal's streaming service. Nice. Yeah. So they have a lot of Universal TV shows and movies, and they have original content. I guess they're going to have a new Saved by the Bell and random stuff like that. I watched a movie called Psych 2, Lassie Come Home. It's a sequel to a movie that came out a couple of years ago, but it's more of its So yeah, it's based off of a TV show called Psych, where there's a guy named Sean Spencer. His dad used to be a police officer, and when he was a kid, he would train his kid to kind of observe everything around him. Like if there's hats, how many hats were there? What was the color of the person in this
Oh,
specific
cool.
angle? So he kind of knows how to pick up on things. And he's kind of a slacker guy, and his best friend's really straight-laced. He's a pharmaceutical rep, but he's kind of bored. So the two of them start up their own psychic detective agency in Santa Barbara, and they lie and say they're psychics. Well, one of them's a psychic. Sean, there's two police officers. We normally see them kind of tagging along and irritating. Detective Juliet, she doesn't believe, like, she doesn't know whether to believe them or not, but hey, they always get results. And then there's another guy named Carlton Lassiter. He's very like, I don't believe you. He's kind of by the book. He doesn't buy any of the psychic shit. And pretty much the series ends. This guy Sean is engaged to the officer Juliet, but she's getting reassigned to a police station in San Francisco. So they leave. The first movie they have kind of shows where they're at. It's just kind of a goofy, fun little thing. But this movie picks up. They're married. They're in Santa Barbara, but the Carlton Lasser character, he's now the chief of police, and we see him going into this building, and we see him being shot 5 times.
Oh, Jesus.
And we don't know who's doing it or why he's there. This psychic guy, fake psychic guy, the Psych, he wants to go and find out who did this to his friend. And also we find out that there's some shady stuff happening at this rehab place that he's staying at. Wow, I don't even know. I'm butchering up this review. But pretty much it's like why was this guy shot down? Who did it? What's going on at this rehab that he's staying at? And it's just a lot of fun, goofy exploits going on here and there. Yeah, it's a fun little movie. It's good for fans of the show, seeing where these guys are at a couple of years after the show ends. If you don't really follow the show, you could still kind of enjoy it, but there's a lot of inside jokes that would make no sense. So if you're a fan of the show, they call them psychos. I'd say it's a green light. If not, it's a yellow light, because you don't really know what you're following, but it's a fun little time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Oh, okay. I remember when the show was on, but I never gave it a shot. But for you among other people who I knew watched the show were fans and had enjoyed it. Did it feel like something that, like, did it feel forced at all,
Well,
or did it feel like a natural?
The weird
sequel?
thing is, I watched the first movie before I watched this. I went back and watched Psych the movie, and I'm like, this movie feels kind of weird and odd. It feels more like an elongated episode, and I'm not really digging it. This one, however, felt more like a full-fledged movie. It kind of felt a little off. Like, it didn't fully feel like the show. And I guess it's because they kind of wanted to make the character Sean, he's the main guy, the Psych, who they wanted him to kind of grow up a little bit. And it's like, that's cool.
Oh,
And
sure.
him and his buddy Gus, his sidekick, they're still doing goofy things, but it just didn't feel the same anymore this time. So it's kind of weird. The last movie had the jokes and had everything, but didn't feel like a movie. This one feels like a movie, but didn't have the same vibe as the show. So I don't know how to view that. It was very weird to me, but I enjoyed it. I wouldn't say it's a bad time. I'd say it's fun to catch up just to see where these guys are at. And there's some little cameos here and there, some random people from the show. So that's kind of cool.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Yeah.
Some fan service in there. That's good.
Oh, totally. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Well, cool.
But,
Well, that sounds like a good time.
But let's jump over to something that we both watched. You want to
Ooh.
talk about this next movie? Give us
Oh, yeah.
rundown.
Oh, I was excited for this one. Just the trailer alone got me into it. Of course, our star of the movie, and I suppose Judy Greer is fun too. The movie is Good Boy, which we Adam and I both watched on Hulu. At least that's where I caught it.
It's a Hulu original.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yes, It tells the story of this woman named Maggie. She's a journalist for a local newspaper. Oddly enough, a newspaper in the San Fernando Valley, which I thought it was funny. It takes place in Reseda, which is the city that borders where I am currently sitting right now and recording this. The newspaper is going under. Everything's downsizing. She's single. She's been going on dates. The dates haven't been going well. She's been kind of down on herself. Life hasn't been that great until it gets suggested to her that she gets a emotional support dog. and she goes to the pound, and there's this cute little white dog. It's like mud of things, it seems, a little bit of
Yeah.
dachshund and a few other things. It's a cute little white dog that was left there after its previous owner did some violent crime and was taken away to prison. So of course she's going to rescue this cute little thing, but little did she know.
Dun dun dun.
This dog feeds off of her anxieties and ends up eating or murdering the source of whoever's giving her trouble or anxiety. It's
literal emotional support animal, taking care of everything for her. It's kind of cool because the first person it kills, I want to say, is a guy that she's on a date with who tries advancing on her, and she's like, "Yo, no, I don't want that." So in a way, and she goes away to, I think, what does she go to the bathroom or make a phone call or something? I don't know what happens.
Yeah,
she leaves for some reason, and the dog attacks the man, drags him outside, and kind of makes it look like he was hit by a car. I didn't kind of get that vibe, but there's another woman who came out and was like, "Oh, did you see who hit this person?" And the next person I think the dog killed was her boss, played by Steve Guttenberg.
I think it was her landlord next, actually.
Oh, yes. Yep.
The landlord lady.
The bitchy, evil landlord who hates dogs.
Yeah.
And keeps raising rent up, even though it's like a fucking rent-controlled area.
Oh, yeah, that bit. It's one of those annoying moments that I feel like most every renter has probably had at some point of, oh, no, this isn't a rent increase. I'm just now charging you for this. Oh, now I'm just going to start charging you for this. And that's what she just keeps laying on to Judy Greer's character. And it's from the discussion that we witnessed, it's obvious this is not the first time she has done these types of things, and it won't be the last.
And so since her newspaper is going under, she has to get another job. She gets a job as a barista at a little local coffee brew house. And there's a man who hits on her, and she goes on a date with him. And she finds out he's a cop. And at this point, she now knows that her dog's a killer. And she's covering up for the dog. Oh, boy.
Oh, yes. Oh, I loved that reveal of him showing up to the crime scene for work, because he's there for a missing person. Oh man, it was funny though. I had a good time watching it, and just I feel like it lets you know early on what the tone of this movie is going to be, because it's kind of silly.
Yeah.
Steve Guttenberg playing the editor, like he's got a funny approach. Like I kind of like how he doesn't really play off as like the evil boss right off the bat.
No, he's kind of a dick, but he's likable because he's kind of kind to her. He's the one who says, "Hey, you should get an emotional support dog." Because first he tries like giving her like weed fucking edibles, and she's like, "I don't do weed."
Yeah, in the middle of the workday, in the office.
But what I love about this movie, it sets it up. It starts off kind of like a goofy comedy movie, and then she gets a dog, and it's like, all right, this is a cool, cute little movie. And then it gets dark, which is kind of fun. I love when they subvert that. And it's like brutal, like bloody kills and stuff, which is always exciting.
Oh, man. And it's so over the top. Yeah, and it's funny how it plays off, because obviously this tiny little 10-pound dog is not going to be doing these gnarly things. But the way they present it to you just is so entertaining. That's one of my favorite lines. I think it's even in the trailer, when Judy Greer first has the realization that it's Reuben, which he's named after the sandwich. That was cute. That Reuben killed her landlord when she found dog poop in the middle of her living room that had her finger sitting in it, and recognized the ring on her finger. It's just like, you're 10 pounds. How did you do that?
And it escaped from like a little cage it got, and she then bought like a fucking Fort Knox style cage that it still got out of.
You could put baby fucking raptors in this thing. Like it is a yeah. Oh my God. It was a fun ride. Like it is a funny, fun horror movie. It's still horror. You can't forget that, because it does not it is not shy to remind you what it is you're watching every once in a while, and you kind of see some fucked up ways people go down. If you have that kind of dark sense of humor, it's a good time to me.
Yeah. The only issue I had with this movie is the fact that it took place in Reseda, so it's totally the Valley. But I'm like, I don't recognize any of these places.
I thought that too.
It looks too nice to be the Valley. And for low-budget movies, they should be able to shoot right in Reseda, because what the fuck does Reseda not have?
Oh
Like
yeah.
they probably super cheap to film in.
There was no defining landmarks that were just like, oh, okay, that's Reseda Boulevard, or there's nothing
Mm-hmm.
that jumped out that looked like that. And that's funny. I don't know. This isn't like a
No, it's
crazy
not a
detail for the
detractor from the
movie.
movie.
Oh, totally. But I had that same thought, and I even said that. I remember saying that out loud after I finished watching it. Said, they keep talking about Reseda. Nothing looks like Reseda.
Yeah,
Maybe Pasadena. Like
I
it's
could
something
see
a little
that.
further out. But again,
And
nothing
like
really jumped out.
and it's really no offense to anybody who lives in Reseda. I lived in Tarzana. I lived in the slums of North Hollywood for a while. Fucking, it was very nice for fucking Reseda. I'm like, I wish I lived in this part of Reseda, man.
Oh my God, right? Yeah.
Ugh. I don't want to hijack it here, but I do have a tidbit that I thought was kind of cool. I
Oh,
remember when this
no, go
movie
for it,
came out,
man. Go for it.
I saw like an article that someone interviewed Judy Greer. Apparently, one day she was walking her dog down like Sunset or something, and she walked past a coffee shop, and these two writers that were working on this movie stopped her, and they're like, "Hey, you're Judy Greer. We're big fans of you. We're actually writing a movie right now about a dog and a woman, and we're writing a woman in the shadow of you. Like
Oh,
we wanted to write a movie for you, and we were gonna come pitch it to you." And then she kind of sat down and talked to him and loved the pitch. So it's like it was this weird kismic fucking thing that happened. I thought that was kind of cool.
oh, that's awesome. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is cool. Oh, nuts.
I don't know where you can read that article, but it's out there somewhere.
Oh, shit. No, that's cool, though. Damn. It plays like it feels perfect for it. There's nothing out of place. I love the soft edges they try to put on it in the first few minutes of the movie, because you know where it's going to go.
Oh yeah.
It is not trying to hide the fact at all that it's going to be murderous, but for a minute you can almost forget, and it's like this cute little romantic comedy, and you have these moments where she's just trying to figure these unfortunate things out in her life, or she's just tackling these personal problems, and she has a murder dog.
And oh my god, and I somehow I don't want to. Oh man, edit this out if it's terrible. There's a point where she decides to leave the dog by himself in a dark park, and I felt so bad for the dog. And this is after she knows the dog's a killer.
Oh, right.
And I'm like, I am heartbroken at this point. And I'm like, I shouldn't feel this way about a murderous dog being left alone.
No, dude, I had the same reaction. That was so sad. And then, like, she sold it too. She was really like, she looked heartbroken. She was leaving this dog. I had this moment of like, and again, you've seen the body count this dog has racked up.
Oh yeah.
And I'm still thinking, oh, please don't hurt the dog. Please don't run out. Like I was just praying she wasn't gonna like bury the dog or something. Like I'm glad at least she was just kind of left it there. A dog can sometimes find their way home.
And I will say the way the movie ends is perfect. I'm like, I kind of saw it coming, but I'm like, that's a great way to end it.
But isn't it great? Yeah. Even though you do see it coming, it's still a satisfying, like, of course.
Yeah.
Of course, that's the only way. That's the only direction it could go at that point.
Yeah. I'm happy we watched this. I wanted to watch it, and we talked about it watching a movie that we both wanted to watch, and I forgot all about this one for a bit. And I love Judy Greer, and I feel like she's always just a secondary, tertiary character, someone's mom. And it's like, yes, finally seeing her as a main character and starring in a movie. It's like it was a no-brainer, I think.
Absolutely. No, I agree with that. It's nice to see her front and center. She rocks that shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I love that this movie exists in that weird niche of horror comedy that I really enjoy. The Shaun of the Dead, Tucker and Dale kind of segment that I like when you're not quite sure, should I be disgusted or laughing at what's going on, and it lives perfectly in there.
Like you really got to question yourselves at some point. You're like, oh yeah, that's fucked up. And then other times like, yeah, that's cool. And it's like, where's that medium? I shouldn't feel both these ways. And it does it so perfectly, like you said.
Am I cheering for this murder dog? I guess I am.
But I kind of like this person that they just killed, because there's a lot of people. We didn't spoil all the kills.
Oh yeah.
If you're watching the movie, you'll know who's going to be killed next.
Oh, absolutely. Yep. Yeah. When you see the flip, when she just embraces it. Oh, it's great. It's funny. That definitely a solid green light.
Green all the way. This is
Golden
once again
toast right there.
Whew. Good Boy on Hulu. Check it out. It's one of the Into the Dark series, their monthly horror movies. produced by Blumhouse. You gotta check it out, people.
Oh, absolutely. Right, yeah. Solid horror entry.
Hope we get more like this.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll dig out some more for you folks.
Oh,
or
yeah.
let us know. Is there anything else horror that we haven't covered in a past episode? Hit us up. Let us know. Give us some suggestions.
You can do that all the socials, man. You can do that on every social. You can do that on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, Discord. Oh man, I don't even know Twitch now. Oh boy.
Oh yeah,
anywhere.
yeah. Come check us out.
YouTube. Yeah.
Who cares if it's a news episode? If you just want to start yelling movies at us, do it.
Yeah, let's get in the talk.
Know.
We'd love to get in a nice conversation with our listeners. Even if it's the quick conversation, it's nice to know people are listening and have takes. Because we know you're not going to agree with us, or you might agree with us, and it's good to just revel in talking about movies.
Yeah. Come tell me how much you love Close.
Yeah. Tell me how I butchered up the fucking series of Psych.
Oh, man. Uh-oh. The Psych fans. They're coming. They're going to come for you. You just... open the floodgates.
I opened that floodgate wide open. I know you said gates, but I'm like, I'll level it down to just one gate.
Just the one gate. We only knew it's water. It's going to get around the other gate, right? So.
Easily. It's seep right under and over, depending how high it gets.
I don't know what this looks like. I don't know how this works.
I don't know what a floodgate is.
I'm
picturing
engineer.
A dam. Yeah, we're just two guys with microphones and time.
Oh my god. That might be the intro there. That was probably it.
Yeah. Well, everyone, I think that brings us to the end of the show. Thank you so much for listening. Hopefully you liked it. If you hated it, if you liked it, let us know, man. Like we just said, all the socials. movie_toast is our name.
Yeah, and hey, come check us out on Twitch, and keep an eye out on your YouTube to see when we get our new videos posted. You'll probably see us poking our heads out a little more often on Facebook and Instagram as well. We'll do some live stuff sometime. Got any suggestions for a themed review episode? We'd love to hear what you got to say. Something we're talking about trying out. If there's a whole grouping of films that we haven't even acknowledged and ignored, let us know. Let's get some of those up here.
Yeah, or if there's a movie that you'd like to see Dennis and I watch together and tag team a review, and whomever else might be on an episode with us, let us know. We'd like to know what you guys like and what you think we should like, or something that you think is so bad you want to know what we think about.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, run us through the ring. Give us the old Mystery Science Theater treatment.
Yeah.
Man. Well, thanks for listening, folks. Hope you are staying safe and watching some good stuff.
We know we're trying to.
Stay toasty.
Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, no. It's fine. I like, because, we are friends outside of this, folks. Just
what?
Let you know.
That's bullshit.
We're not just characters.
I don't even know who you are.
What's your name, man?
Phil Seymour
Hoffman?
Phil, I know that's
where you pin. Oh, God damn it. That's probably not good. Oh
boy, my apologies.